While the overall numbers are dropping, crime continues to alarm us. Violent crimes like murder grab headlines, but in the U.S., you're much more likely to become a victim of a burglary or theft. And even when those criminals are caught, victims pay the price. Or do they? On December 3rd, 2017, Lawrence Hammon was working at this gas station in Fairfield.
It was very cold.
So before his shift ended, Lawrence went out to the parking lot and started this 2002 Mazda 626.
I was warming it up and then went back in the building and came back out, and it was gone.
That car belonged to his wife, Deborah, a gift from her sister, who passed away.
He stole my gift.
Stole your reality of getting from point A to point B.
Yes, it was. Yes.
When the thief was caught 9 months later, Deborah's car was a wreck. Kyle Brasher was arrested, charged, and convicted of grand theft of a motor vehicle. But Lawrence and Deborah, who live on limited incomes, were left with a car that looked okay, but was so severely damaged, it was a total loss.
Well, they told us there was about $3,600 worth of damage.
Their insurance didn't cover that, and they can't afford to buy another car. You're stuck.
I have been stuck. I'm not going to cry. I have been in prison.
Enter Morgan Kilholtz,
victim's rights attorney with Ohio Crime Victim Justice Center.
She dug into the case and found the Butler County Court didn't do something.
They should hold a restitution hearing.
A hearing that's required as part of Marcy's Law, which Ohio voters passed in 2017.
That it makes it a constitutional right to full and timely restitution for the victims.
Morgan filed this writ of mandamus. So basically you did a knock-knock on the court and said you missed something.
Yes.
And in this precedent-setting decision in the 12th District Court of Appeals, Morgan won. You're a trailblazer. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Deborah and Lawrence will finally get a chance to make the thief pay for all that damage he caused.
I would just like to be him to be accountable for what he did.
And other victims, from people who've had their homes broken into or packages stolen off their porches or even purses taken, can now make criminals pay them back.
It's not fair to me or to anyone else for people to be able to take something, destroy it, and not pay for it.
It sounds great, but there's a big question. How do you get the money back from criminals?
So many courts will put an offender on a payment plan, and by not paying that amount each month, they are violating a court order, which would put them in contempt.
For convicts on parole, that would mean going back to jail or prison, which is pretty good incentive to keep paying. So thanks to this constitutional amendment, a savvy attorney, and a couple who would not quit,
People should be accountable for their actions.
all victims in Ohio will now get a chance to force criminals to pay them back.
To help other people. That's fantastic.
Most would also agree that's right. I'm Duane Pullman.